is not my usual thing that I make videos about, but this is a starship coil, and I've got it floating. Isn't that neat? And before you get too excited, it's floating over one of my MRM modules that I made. See it floating? Isn't that neat? Watch. Cool, huh? Take it off of here. You see it doesn't work now. This is copper wire. This is magnet wire. This is a magnet. Look, I can pick this thing up. Look at that. Okay? Now what I'll do is I'm going to unplug it. So I'll come over here, and I'll unplug it, and I'll come back over here, and I'll watch. It doesn't stick anymore. Okay? Isn't that neat? Whoa. The magnet in my toolbox got real friendly. So I've been playing around with these starship coils. I made a speaker out of one and did a lot of different weird things, but I can actually make them float. And so, kind of a poor man's UFO. My son used this for a science project for school, and obviously jaws dropped. It worked really well. What I got going on now is I'm running my hydrogen cell with MRM modules, these are magnetic resonance modules. And what these are stacked up magnets with wire wrapped around them. The wire is magnet wire, which you can get from Radio Shack. These had 8 magnets in it. The magnets that are in there are these little ferrite magnets you can buy off of eBay. About $66 for 100 of them. Matter of fact, the field in here is so strong I can feel it in my fingers from holding this magnet, especially when I get close to this. This thing is nuts over here. I just flipped the magnet over. Watch this.
You will get to it.
Look at that.
I'll just show a little bit at the start here. You've got to see. So you wound this up, right? Now it's got it hovering over a magnet.
This is a starship coil, and I've got it floating. Isn't that neat? And before you get too excited, it's floating over.
He gave it to his kid to take to school to show everybody that they're all done, you know, the gobsmacked. There's a magnet under here,
yeah, sure, it's the time.
See, it doesn't work now. This is copper wire. This is magnet wire.
I'll just go a little bit. How many sides is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is it?
There on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep.
That's your number. It's out of sync there. 11. Anything with 11 is out of sync.
So I've been playing around with these starship coils. I made a speaker out of one, and
we got 10 perfection in this dark light, right? And it pulls back to 12 when the 12 won't fit.
Kind of a poor man's UFO. My son.
Yeah, I'll show you this thing here. He's cool.
Pretty decent field. I won't tell you what this is, but it is connected to my hydrogen cell. So I'm going to start you out on these. These things
feeding this here
I'm running
into a
square wave through them.
This magnet. It's got 8 magnets just up. And we get
trigger up
square waves and all that kind of stuff, which is very technical.
Okay, wait a minute. Go back to kindergarten here. Alright, I got a nice square wave. The frequencies, you're going to have to experiment with your own frequencies. They're probably going to be different for each cell. But you put a square wave, this is AC. This is a ultrasonic generator. And you can get these online, just look them up. This is what's used for ultrasonic cleaners. This thing is actually putting out 16.45 volts
That's my pipe is coming out of the magnet.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the frequency, you're just going to have to play with. How do you know
what's
you have the right
the
frequency?
line? How much is coming through?
I've got some pretty good ideas, and I'll let you know in some of the future videos, but I just want to open something up. Look, this is a new field for hydrogen, okay? This is something that I haven't seen explored at all by anybody else on YouTube or anywhere else. I'm putting magnetic resonance into a hydrogen cell, and look at the output at 20 amps. See how fast that gas is going through there? Can you see that? That's really good. I'm not jerking your chain. I'm not trying to sell nothing. I'm just telling people I think we need to start playing with this stuff. And, my amperage is okay. I'm at 24 amps. So that's not bad output. What I'm shooting for, and this is my goal, okay, is I want to have a hydrogen cell that you put tap water in, and that's it. Okay? No electrolyte, no distilled water, put tap water in a sucker and it'll run. I know I'm supposed to have some certain things in the water. I've been researching it hard. One of them is I'm supposed to have ions in the water. And so what I'm shooting for is to be able to either put ions into the water, or I'm going to have an electrolyte that is created inside the cell, okay? And I'll get into detail on that as soon as I figure out, what I'm going to do. But if I do this and create this cell, then I will be the only person on the planet that has a hydrogen cell that runs on straight tap water. And that's what my goal is. Okay, guys, here's an MR module, the guts of it, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, put these together any way you want and play with them. Either this side is all north, this side is all south, and then you put a glue, epoxium, use goop, whatever you want. Or you could do north, north, south, south, or all these are north, all these are south. Play with it, man. Just play with it. Wrap it with paper tape all the way across. Run magnet wire this way, like a guitar pickup, about 30 to 60 turns. On this side, you can run your wire, run a little bit here, run a little bit in the middle, run a little bit here, 40, 60, 80 turns. I would suggest probably like 32 gauge. Dude, this magnet is pulling towards this thing. This is nuts, dude. Dang. Yeah, I'm going to show you something quick. I don't think I'm jerking your chain, but how far back I'm going from this thing. Whoa, man, I'm back like, here we go. I'm back like about 3, 4 foot. Let's try this one. This one just have the red light. Let me get on the red light. I don't know if you can see the red light or not. There you go, right there. No, you can't see doodle.
Nicola, this one was incarnated.
That was red light, still red light, still danger. Whoa, there it is, right there is the last of the red light, and I am really far from that thing. That is creating a very, very powerful magnetic field. I'm probably about 3.5, maybe 4 feet away from this thing. Very strong field coming out of this stinker. So there you go, advanced hydrogen, doing something that I hope will revolutionize and change hydrogen. You may be seeing hydrogen history right here, folks.
Maybe. What do you think of that?
Amazing.
Now, do you want to mention, as we've got this right, how the numbers come about? You're reading the Lost Books of Eden, and you got the Adam story, and then the 11th chapter, wasn't it? The story is 5500 years.
Yeah. Adam fell on the first hour. He only lasted 1 hour in the garden, and the promise was that that God would send his word, that he himself would come down and be known as the Son of Man and the Word of God. And but the time till then would be 5,500 years, and it was covenanted, which means it could not be broken. So Adam was expelled from the garden, And it was Adam's fault because Adam, of course, had been given the commandment by God, which was the only commandment, which was not to eat from that particular tree. Eve had not even been created. And so it was Adam's fault that they were expelled from the garden. And of course, they were then in a strange land, because before the expulsion, he had a body that was glorious and had no need of water, food, or anything, because he was covered with the glory of God, and his skin, everything was light. However, after the fall, and Eve had already been made, obviously, and she was the one who didn't know the commandment, and she was beguiled by the serpent, who at that time was a glorious being. But Adam was with her, and he ate as well. So there's no escaping. Adam cannot pass the buck, even though he tried to. This woman that you gave me, it was entirely his fault, because Eve wasn't there to receive the commandment, and she was entirely innocent. However, she took it upon herself. Later, she cried under the guilt of what she did. Yet God...
That's not what we're after at the moment.
Yeah.
We're talking to a scientific audience. We're interested in the numbers.
All right,
not
5,500
the drivel that goes along with it.
5,500 years.
Right.
They're Hebrew years of 360 days and Mayan.
So what's the math?
Years.
I'll do the math here.
The math is...
Right.
The rescue for Adam comes with the word of God. 5,500 years has to pass before that rescue. From the rebirth date of the Christ, January 11th, 1944, 5,500 Hebrew years, or when converted to Gregorian years, the calendar we're now operating in, it's 5421 Gregorian years.
Is that the number?
5421 plus...
Is that the number there?
5,500. Not 1,000, 5,500. I've got my glasses on.
Yes.
Times 365. Sorry, 360, because they're Hebrew years. And Mayan. Okay, now, divided by 365.2424 to give you Gregorian years. Add on the 69 years, now that's to your rebirth date.
Yeah.
Add on the 69 years coming up on your 69th birthday, and it gives you 5490 Gregorian years. 5490 in Greek means chasm, an impassable chasm, which is what Adam was confined to. He could not cross back into paradise. He was confined to hell, which is, he had no re-entry back into the Garden of Paradise until the end of the 5,500 years covenanted by God.
So how much am I adding on here? This is January the 18th, 3478
yes.
BC.
Yeah, so that means that Adam was created on January the 18th, 3478. Now 3478 is Nazarene, and it is also Brian's Commonwealth bank card PIN number, 3478, that the angels orchestrated. He did not choose that. It's the Nazarene. Now, as it turned out, I had an appointment today, and they've made another appointment for me after discovering all of this last night. And they randomly select the date that my next appointment would be, January the 18th.
Now, we've got Julian Day 4511001824, which is the same time of day that I was born on January 11th, 1944. So therefore, the Lord Day is that same moment in time, 2:22 in the morning.
Yes.
On the 11th of January. So to get that number, what do we add to that to bring it forward in time?
Well, you add the Now, it'll be, now add your 25,200 days to that. Now, was that...
So, see what happens. 2, 0, 0, 5, 2, 0, 0.
Because that's the Revelation 3:12, right? That was the gematria of it times 10, 2520 times 10,
yeah.
Which is
this
your
gives
age.
you the 8th of January 2013.
Right.
And you got your 3 days, right?
Yeah.
So there you go, madam. So it takes you back to the creation date of the 18th. To my birthday. Twice. The verse which has the Revelation 3:12, which has the value of that number we just put in, 2520. If you put a 0 on it, that's 69 years.
Or 70 Hebrew years.
Or 70 Hebrew years, which is the book of Daniel.
The missing week.
That's right. And the numbers we were doing yesterday were all to do with the number of Daniel. So, Adam is allowed to go back into paradise.
And his righteous seed.
He's only his righteous seed. Get in.
At this point on the earth?
I haven't found it, man.
None. Well, there's a few.
Well,
none.
You got our saints.
Yes, the saints. And a population of 7 billion.
Well, we got all the meat and all the kids. Kids don't have nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, these little kids growing up and all they've heard about is war all their life.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Their true king comes along, and they are related to him spiritually now, and are given the keys of heaven. I certainly don't want to put any more of this crap they got going on at the moment.
No.
Threats of bloody war.
So we're talking about corrupted and perverted adults,
Right.
of which there are very few.
That's right.
That will make it.
Yep.
And the entire point is that the covenant cannot be broken. No matter how much Adam pled for forgiveness and mercy, and he was forgiven other things, Satan tempted him so many times, and because they were literally innocent children, and they were beguiled by the one who hates all mankind, who Yahweh has been saying all along, the purpose of the enemy has to annihilate Adam, to kill Adam and all of his offspring. And that's what, so Satan comes along, disguises itself as the bearer of light and all of its angels, and promises all kinds of things, power, position, eternal life, but he cannot. And from the beginning told them that he would not keep his word, whereas God has always kept his word. So the covenant cannot be broken. So bottom line is, God on the earth as man is here to take Adam and the children and the meek, the righteous adults, into that realm of paradise that was lost, and everybody else remains outside, cannot enter.
Well, that's it. So, D-Day is January the 11th, 2013 at 2:22 a.m. Sydney time.
2 weeks notice, it's 14 days.
14 days from now.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
How appropriate. Creation Day.
Mm.
January 18th was a Friday.
Oh, that's right.
And creation of Adam.
Right.
And my appointment.
No?
My appointment is Friday.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. Well, that's a good one then.
An appointment in paradise.
What would you like to call that?
D-Day. D-Day.
D-Day.
D-Day.
This is copper wire. This is magnet wire. This is a magnet. Look, I can pick this thing up. Look at that. Okay? Now what I'll do is I'm going to unplug it. So I'll come over here, and I'll unplug it, and I'll come back over here, and I'll watch. It doesn't stick anymore. Okay? Isn't that neat? Whoa. The magnet in my toolbox got real friendly. So I've been playing around with these Starship coils. I made a speaker out of one and did a lot of different weird things.
Over a magnet.
This is a Starship coil, and I've got it floating. Isn't that neat? And before you get too excited, it's floating over.
He gave it to his kid to take to school to show everybody that they're all dumb, gobsmacked. There's a magnet under here,
yeah, sure, it's propelling.
See, it doesn't work now. This is copper wire. This is magnet wire.
Just up a little bit.
But I can actually make them float. And so, kind of a poor man's UFO. My son used this for a science project for school, and obviously jaws dropped. It worked really well. What I got going on now is I'm running my hydrogen cell with MRM modules, these are magnetic resonance modules. And what these are stacked up magnets with wire wrapped around them. The wire is magnet wire, which you can get from Radio Shack. These had 8 magnets in it. The magnets that are in there are these little ferrite magnets you can buy off of eBay. About $66 for 100 of them. Matter of fact, the field in here is so strong I can feel it in my fingers from holding this magnet, especially when I get close to this. This thing is nuts over here. I just flip the magnet over. Watch this.
You won't get the picture of it.
Look at that.
I'll just show a little bit of the start here. You've got to see. So you wound this up, right? Now it's got a hovering.
This is not my usual advanced hydrogen. This is not my usual thing that I make videos about, but this is a Starship coil, and I've got it floating. Isn't that neat? And before you get too excited, it's floating over one of my MRM modules that I made. See it floating? Isn't that neat? Watch. Cool, huh? Take it off of here. You see it doesn't work now.